Hey,
Alrighty.
hi. I'm
I'm
using the
using the
phone now.
phone
The
now. The
laptop is not
laptop is not
working for
working
me.
for me.
No, the phone works fine as well. I think yeah. I think all the other interviews
Yeah.
are yeah normally done on phones. But yeah, it's great to be speaking to you, Mr. Nolwandle Khumalo, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes,
That's
that's
me.
me.
You are a member of the executive board of Chess South Africa, correct?
Yeah, up
Yeah, up
until
until
Saturday.
Saturday.
Up and you are still because it's not Saturday yet. So basically, yeah, I mean we are not going to be talking about what happens afterwards. But then you are aren't you nominated?
Hmm.
Hmm.
You are nominated, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Sorry.
I'm saying yes. I'm
yes,
one of
I'm
the
one of the
nominees.
nominees.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. I think I lost you there a bit. The network issues, just a bit. Yes, you are one of the nominees. Awesome things. Yeah. So that means you might still be, even after Saturday. How are you feeling about about the elections on Saturday?
Hey,
Hey,
I guess
I
we'll
guess
see
we'll
on the
see on the
day.
day.
We'll
We'll
see on the
see on the
day.
day.
So many
So
things
many
have
things
been
have been
happening
happening
on the
on the
road
road
towards there.
towards there.
Wait, so many things. Are the things you can speak about? What is happening? Is it within the executive or is it personal things?
um,
Um,
when you're going for elections, especially when you're one of the candidates, not
Yeah.
everyone plays fairly. So there are things that happen they're not supposed to be happening, but yeah, because people want to make sure that they are there as the part of the expo. So yeah,
They make people want to make sure that their own people are there, or they want to make sure that they themselves are there.
both,
Both.
both issues. Because I yes, yes,
Yeah. Now, because
it
again,
was people from the outside and people who are also part of the people who are running for the positions.
yeah. All right, but now again, people would wonder why would anybody want to fight for someone against someone who wants to be a provincial representative? Well, again, I know again we cannot understand everybody wants to have their own people as members of the executive board. But what can you tell us about your role as a provincial representative now that you've played it for the past few years? What is required? What is expected? What should be expected from someone who is a provincial representative and member of the expo?
Okay. As a member of the expo, as the provincial rep, actually our duty it's uniform because we all need to make sure that chess in South Africa grows and everyone who's in chess they get equal opportunities. Um, in essence, we all wish to be number one in the world, but even though we're not even close there yet, yeah. So, but to make sure, especially when it comes to chess, I think you're also aware that chess has been a sport only for people who can afford.
Oh yeah.
So the whole point was to try, of which we didn't like really, really been able to do what we wanted to do to ensure that chess is for everyone, irrespective whether you can afford or not.
Hmm.
Especially, those international trips, they're very expensive.
Yeah.
So for someone, you find that that person is capable of playing, but then because of the finances, they end up not getting the opportunity they're supposed to be getting. Um, and also part of the thing is to working with provinces to ensure that provinces are active. There's chess going on, programs that are going on in provinces to ensure that chess grows. Because remember, the basis of chess is in the roots,
Yes.
the
Yes.
clubs,
Yeah. Mm.
then up to chess SA. So the most important people are the clubs.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. So now, what can you tell me? Can you tell me what has
Yeah.
been the what has been some of the biggest challenges for you in attempting to fulfill your role in trying to obviously grow club level chess in trying to make chess accessible and obviously have help others who can't afford get up. What has been the
Yeah.
challenges of you playing your role as a provincial representative?
Uh, One of the challenges would be, when it's the funding. Let me put it that way. The first one is funding. As much as we wanted to make sure that everyone is able to play, irrespective of not having money. Remember, we had that feeder apps that we
Yes.
had to pay. So whatever money we had, instead of taking that money and assist those people who are in need, who were able to make it to the team, there is this feeder app that we have to pay. So due to that, then we were not even able to reach out where we're supposed to have reached out. Secondly, in other instances where you find that we have like different opinions,
Mm.
and those different opinions, it comes down to votes sometimes.
Oh yes. Okay.
So even if you can feel that yeah, this thing is something that will help out those people that are in need, but when it comes to votes, if the votes is against you,
But then why would the
then
votes be
that's
against
the
you?
end of everything.
Wouldn't you say the whole executive board or even council shares the same interest in actually making chess accessible, affordable, and growing chess in provinces? Because it's actually, I think, what the whole body of Chess South Africa is supposed to be striving towards.
Um, yeah, that's what we say we want. Not, sometimes you say something,
Mm.
but then it's not about saying something; it's about doing it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not everyone who says something means what they say. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's where the problem starts. Yeah. So, but basically, I think the time that because remember, as much as we're leading South Africa,
Mm.
we coming from districts, from clubs.
Yes.
Do you understand? So that's where you might even see uh, where we stand. Do you understand?
Mm.
Say for example, let me just make a typical example with our district, where I'm from, where you'll find that those kids who cannot afford, but they've made it to the team,
Yeah.
to the it's either KZN or Eteguni team. So now they need to go to a certain tournament. Then what you do as a leader to assist, and also when it's come to your very own tournament that you're organizing. Remember those tournament, there's entry fees. Yes. So what is your role in ensuring those kids that cannot afford are part and parcel of those tournaments? They participate in everything that you do. So I think that's where we need to go
Yeah.
back. The only way you can trace a leader is where they're coming from. Because when you sing me, like for example, now I'm in Chess SA. For a fact,
Yes.
most people didn't even know me. They were surprised. Where is this lady? Where is she coming from? All of a sudden now she's leaving South Africa. Do you understand?
Yeah.
For a
Mm-mm.
person who, the only way you can know me is when you go back where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Check the people that I've led. Then you know my contributions.
Yes.
So
But
that's
can you
that's the thing. If you go
touching
back,
on that
each and
point?
every leader just take their contributions.
Yeah, but I know that we
Pardon?
are jumping from a different point, but I think it's another key point here that you can take the opportunity to help address. Can you now tell us what have been your contributions to chess before coming up to obviously the national structure, which is obviously another big role? What did you do before that kind of prepared you for the role that you were meant to be playing in Chess South Africa?
Okay. Okay. For one, I have a club, which is Wadabega Chess Club.
Yes.
Um, the way that the club was formulated, when you're coming to the library, there's Wadabega Library,
Yes.
where I used to go there. Then and I was busy seeing kids playing chess. Every time I go there, I'm seeing kids playing chess. Then one day I spoke to them, like, what is the story? Where do you guys, when you play chess, where do you go from here? Do you understand? Only to find that those kids are just playing there for fun. They have no idea other opportunities that are there. Being a former chess player, because I also used to play chess, due to work, one stopped playing chess.
Yeah.
I then said, can we just form a team, a club? Then find ways, I'll find ways just to reach out and see where can we go from here. That's how I started. Then we formed that the club. Then I reached out to Etegwini Chess Association. We affiliated, and then we started playing my club, being involved in Etegwini Chess. And from there, I got elected to Etegwini Chess Association. I've held two roles. One was the first one was being the treasurer. The second one, which even now I'm still am, is the secretary of Etegwini Chess Association. Um, that is it, and also not just that. Remember, um, we have a provincial structure as well, but with the provincial structure, I'm only involved in schools.
And
I'm
you.
the technical official
Oh, technical official
in the
of KZ.
provincial with the province.
Of KZN, yes.
Yeah, I'm in the secretary of Gatorade schools
Mm.
as we speak right now. Yeah, so that's it. From there, then I was elected as South Africa. That's chess wise. But I also involved with other sports codes as well prior to chess. But
So you.
as for chess, that has been the leadership roles that I've led, and also being the managers on different teams.
Oh, different team events, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now again, you've mentioned that because I think what's kind of curious is you mentioning that in the whole executive board structure, people may say that they are for development, they are for the people, and then when it's time for the meetings, when it's in the meetings, then it's a different story. Are you telling us that we are being lied to? Because I mean, we can actually attest to the fact that from our own experiences that we haven't seen much in terms of chess is for all. I think that's a slogan that the president used to sing, chess for all or something. And has there been any plans to implement such things, as in making sure that chess is accessible to all by the executive board?
I'm not gonna say there haven't, because we have been working. That's the fact. As much as we were not able to do everything that we wish to do and said we will do, but there were attempts for chess to before everyone that is involved. Because right now, even with there's been, like where you try to do those. Remember with rural areas. If you remember with the policy even changed for the youth policy. So that all the players were, because we find that in most rural areas, they're not able to play classic or standard games.
Yes.
So due to that, they are not able to get those 30 games that are part of the requirement.
Hmm.
So we have to intervene and change the policy so that even those can be able to play. When you only count again, say for example, rapid, you play 30-30. So all those 30 games, once they add to an hour, then that's one game. Do you understand?
Once they
So that's
go,
another
yeah.
way to try and cover them so that they can participate in those national events and be able to represent South Africa should they get an opportunity.
Oh, okay, all right.
Also,
No.
in all the systems, no, one last part. They've been even asked when you find that those qualified and supposed to go to represent South Africa wherever. Members of the ESO have also been helping in fundraising for those people because we didn't have money personally. It's a matter of assisting, fundraising, check with the municipalities if they can even assist those kids. So there has been attempts.
Has there been
It's
any
not
success in
entirely that
terms?
everything was.
any success in terms of those fundraising? Has there ever been a fund that was obviously raised by Chess South Africa towards players being assisted in traveling internationally?
There has, but only you can count. You can say one, two, three, but there has been.
Which ones were those? Because I don't think I'm not sure if we're aware. But again, it would be great if obviously South Africa becomes aware of such sponsorships that came through, and then kids were able to go internationally without having to be to call to give a burden to their parents.
The contribution wasn't like for example, say they need 30,000 to go.
Mm.
It wasn't the entire amount.
Yeah.
It's just a portion of which they were able to secure, so then they can try and also fundraise just to make sure that they go to whichever tournament that they've been elected to go. The problem will be with that. I didn't prepare. I don't have the names by head. Um,
Sorry.
yeah, I don't know the names by head, but I know that there have been people who have been assisted to go internationally. I don't know them. I don't have them by head. I don't have anything with me right now. But I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Okay.
I don't think they even five though.
Yes. Okay. All right. No, that's actually if so
Can you hear
then.
me? I don't know.
Sorry.
I'm having a network issue here. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. All right. So basically you're saying that there has been a few kids, a few players that have been partially assisted by Chess South Africa throughout. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Now again, we've been. I don't know if you've been following. There's been a lot of discussions. There's been other interviews that were done here regarding the other issues within Chess South Africa, within the executive board. Um, we did an interview. Again, somebody spoke of a division even within the structure in Chess South Africa. I don't know if you're aware of that. Are you aware of any division, any sides within that executive structure, the executive board?
There are divisions. There are
Sorry?
divisions within
Okay.
the structure, of which it's even affecting the working of the structure at times.
Mm.
There are divisions. I think that you would have even picked up from the first interview you had, where some of the leaders, me included, were being undermined. So that tells you that there's division. Because there's no leader who can come to an interview and say things like that with other people that he has led with for so long.
Mm. Mm.
Because the one thing you must know, one person cannot do everything. So that's a fact. There are divisions, and I'm not going to lie about it. And they're very extreme
The extreme.
to a point where, uh, yes, to a point where people sometimes become personal. Do you understand?
Mm.
When instead of arguing the point, we're now being personal. We now attacking one's character. We now attacking one as a person. You're no longer discussing what you're supposed to be discussing. So yeah,
Whoa. Okay. So
it hasn't been easy. We ask it.
what do you see as the cause of such of those divisions and obviously those personal attacks that you are referring to?
It's when we have different opinions. Let me put it that way. When we have different opinions, especially when one is invested in whatever is being proposed. Okay, let me make a personal example. Say I, for one, I have a friend of which I want that friend to be part of the team, or I want my friend's daughter to be part of the team.
Yeah.
So when we're having a meeting and there's argument and somebody say for example, someone else says, like Nicole says, no, that person doesn't qualify, that person cannot be. Now I have to, when I'm losing the argument, I tend to become personal.
Oh, no, it's interesting because I'm sure that is actually an example that you have taken from an actual scenario in a meeting. No, because I remember there was a mention from some interviews where, in fact, some parents were talking about how they feel like. Oh no, no, no! I think it was someone saying that their kids have actually qualified to be here. They did not go. They did not qualify through favors, through personal favors, and so forth. Do Expo members actually do favors for parents to have their kids get opportunities to represent South Africa internationally?
That hasn't succeeded, but there have been attempts.
So, so there have
There
been
has been
people
attempts.
within the executive board trying to have their friends' children make it to the team of South Africa, the South Africa team.
It may not be friends per se, but somehow there's a relation.
Uh,
They try to, yes, yeah, that has happened.
oh, okay. Wait, now again, I think someone has, I don't know. Sorry, you can either choose to comment or not comment on this, but I've heard someone saying that there is only a few people that make crucial decisions within the executive board of Chess South Africa. There's two or three people. Are you aware of things like that, or are decisions being made involving everyone in the executive? Sorry, can you hear me?
Not all decisions. There are decisions where you are all involved, and there are decisions of which I can hear you. You only it's either we find out that there was a decision taken, or we are being informed of a decision being
Informed of a decision
that
that has
hasn't
already
been
been taken
taken.
on your behalf.
Yes, yes.
Is that constitutional though?
It's not. That's one of the fights. That's what I'm saying. That it's one of those fights
Mm.
that we have, where you find that a decision has been taken yesterday. You're part of the very expo. Remember when the decision has been made and it has been communicated? People in South Africa are not aware. When
Yes.
they hear the decision, according to them, the decision is from all of us, whereas it's not from
Exactly.
all of us. And it's not easy. Where you cannot just go out and say, "Hey guys, I was not part of that decision." Do you understand?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But you just have, so yeah, it happens.
But then,
And
what?
even now,
eh, Even now,
no, I'm saying even now, it's something that has been happening. I think the
but
only thing that will happen is these elections.
but then my issue is,
Then
what does the president have to
yeah,
say about this, or is he part of
hopefully,
the making decision without consultation?
Eddie, can I not? I don't want to be. I don't want to pick people. Do you
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
But the bottom line is there are decisions that have been taken by the minority
Mm-hmm.
from the ISPO
Yes.
and being implemented.
But then for them to be implemented, the president must be involved somehow, right? Because then they can't just be implemented without the president's signing off of those decisions.
Eddie,
Yes.
you can make your own deductions.
Now, the thing
Yeah.
is, I don't even want to be the one to say it, but it seems like you're saying that the president takes decisions alone, or the president takes decisions with a friend or another colleague, and then they come to, because I cannot see how any of those decisions could be made without involving the president. It doesn't even make sense. Because again, even if those decisions were made without the involvement of the president, they wouldn't really be decisions, right? So now, if we're saying it's decisions and they're executed, it means there's the involvement of the
The,
president.
the, 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 que- the question will be, remember the communication is being signed off.
Yeah,
Who signs off the decision?
the president, right? So that's it, without even the consultation of. I, 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 I hear again. There's a lot of things. I hear that we did an interview with the treasurer, Mr. Carol Lifiedi, and he mentioned that for the first time, Shell South Africa would be receiving financial records, and very exciting. And obviously, before they will obviously be presented in the elective AGM. And before they do that, obviously they share them with you as members of the executive for approval. Have you seen such records yet?
No, he has, sorry, he has shared it everyone in the expo. It has been emailed to all of us to look at it and have input. It has been that.
Have an input. Okay, all right. No, again, because regarding the financials, now I'm wondering because it kind of triggers something in my mind because I want to ask too many questions around the financials, and one of those questions is, um, I know there was a talk of a 30,000 rands that was sent to the families that were obviously destitute in Zimbabwe, obviously after the fault of Chess South Africa, allegedly. I don't know if yes. Yes.
Yes.
Were you aware of that 30,000 rand being sent before it was sent, or even after it was sent? Were you informed that we just sent 30,000 rands, and this is how we came to a decision to send 30,000 rands instead of 100,000 rands, or so? Or was it a one person making a decision at a pivotal moment and deciding?
No, for that, I remember. No, when the Zim matter happened, immediately we had a meeting, the whole of us as the expo,
Mm.
and in that meeting, decisions were taken. One of the decisions was that let's be the 30,000. Actually, I was even the one who proposed the 30,000. That be given to our because we had managed so that they can make sure that because remember we had families that were stranded and they had
Yes.
no food and all that stuff. So
Mm.
rather for right now, just to mitigate the situation, I have that money sent so that people can be given accommodation and food and everything. It's not nice to be stranded in a foreign country. So we took that decision, and the other decision was to have the matter investigated as to what transpired.
Yeah.
There was it, and yeah, unfortunately, with those two decisions, one decision was implemented, which was the 30,000, which was given to the parents in Zimbabwe. But for the investigation up until today,
Still nothing has
we
been
have
done.
no idea. We've
It is
been we have been requesting meetings just to be updated as to who are the people who are doing the investigation.
mm,
And up until now, what have they discovered? Because we need to know, especially what happened. It's all of us as the expo that are at fault. You
mm,
understand? It's not somebody or who is all of us. As much as within, we know who were on the forefront,
yes.
but we need to all of us know the whole thing. Up until today, one has been requesting so many times. Can we have because we need to know what is happening. Parents want to know because the worst part is it's where parents are agitated and they want answers. We're not giving answers because remember they're even asking us on the side. And can you imagine how it looks? You're part of the expo. You cannot even give an answer because you don't know what is happening. And I cannot lie to a parent who suffered in a foreign country.
You.
That's the
It's
crisis that we're in.
so the entire executive is ignoring the issue. Is the council is not acting on it as well as the executive board. There's no investigation. They're choosing to let it
No,
die slow.
w- with with the expo, at first it was when you're busy requesting a meeting, it's being ignored. Then later on, it was added in the agenda, but right at the end. And remember, our meeting start late. So then the letter said, no, it's too late. Let's postpone it for the next meeting. The same story will happen from the in the next meeting and the next up until now. So we
So the
don't know what's transpired.
so the matter
But
is not
what
treated as a priority.
with with our expo meeting, it hasn't been
Yeah.
made a priority.
Mm.
Yes. With the council is also calling for a meeting. Council has been requesting a meeting as the expo to explain what is happening. But we did have a meeting at one time, but there's also it was the same as suggested investigation. They've been also been waiting to be informed of what is happening up until when is it 2 weeks back, if I'm not mistaken, um, where where the matter was brought up in the council, and the council requested a meeting. Can we have a meeting so that we can explain everything that transpired up until now? Nothing has happened. So I'm also in the dark, like everyone else is, even though I'm part of the expo. The only thing I know is that there's been what's this? Communication with the Zim structure and also the ACC. There has been engagement, but don't ask me. The people who are in the who are having this engagement with the ACC and Zim, except for the president. I know president is part of the people who are engaging ACC and Zim. But as for who else is with him, I don't know.
Are they engaging the ACC as part of the investigation, or they engaging as part of
No, no, no. The refund.
the
It's the
refund?
refund. Remember, money was paid.
Yes.
Yes, money was paid, but people were not accommodated. Others had to find alternative venues.
Mm.
So they need to be refunded. The money is still with Zim. We don't have the money because the money was paid.
So Chess South Africa cannot refund the parents until Zim until Chess South Africa gets refunded themselves.
Uh, right now, there's been that's what I was saying. What brought up the Zim matter? Because there was a proposal.
Yeah.
But can I not disclose what was the proposal? But there was a proposal of paying the Zim people. Guys, let me rephrase what I said. It's not correct.
Yeah.
To refund the parents their
Yes.
money, their hard-earned money that they paid,
From the pockets of Chess South Africa.
and then the money that would be taken, yes, the money that would be taken from South Africa, when the money from Zim is being paid back, then it will reimburse the money that was used from the
Mm.
Chess South Africa account.
Oh yes.
But now the issue is, how do you arrive there when we don't even know what happened?
How do you support that proposition when you don't know who is to blame? When there hasn't been when there hasn't been someone who accepted who accepted that they are at fault and accounted for. Mm.
We don't even know how that happened. Do you understand? So how can you? Because the only way you can support something is when you know what transpired. Then say no, really, let's do this. This thing must be done. We clueless. We don't even know how that decision came about in the first place.
Also, the
That
problem right
proposal,
now
let's
is
put it. It was a proposal because it's not a decision.
the people who were involved are not willing to say we were at fault regarding this and it cost this and that, and we obviously take full accountability. But then yet they expect that Chess South Africa should pay back, refund the parents without them accepting
Exactly.
their
Because
fault,
we need to
their
know.
wrongs. Yes.
Yes, we need to know what happened.
Mm.
We need to know what happened because we're not speaking of cheap change.
How much must be refunded?
We're
Because
speaking
we
of
know the total money was 2 million plus, right? But then it's not the entire 2 million that has to be
yes,
refunded, is it?
yes, it's not the entire.
Yes.
Right now, that's what I'm talking about. Even for us to know how much was refunded, the only way you know is when there's data being collected. Do you understand? There's something happening. We don't even know who's doing the collection of data as to who stayed in the provided accommodation, who find their own accommodation and all that, because you need to do a tally where you check if, okay, we had a delegation, for example, of 130 people. In that 130, only 50 stayed in the accommodation that was provided.
Yes.
Maybe the other 30 only stayed after 3 days. Do you understand?
Mm.
So there's a portion of refund that needs to be done. And
Yeah.
those who never even stayed in the provided accommodation. So you
Yes.
need to do all those things. Who is doing that?
Also, there's no person that was assigned the role of obviously figuring all that of finding the people who were of gathering facts. In fact, no one in the executive board has been given that role or been outside.
As far as I know, I haven't had any meeting where I know anyone who's been appointed. As I don't even know what is happening as we speak.
Oh, okay. No, that's bad. No, that's bad. Oh, unless again these decisions have been taken privately without involving, you'll just be informed about it in a few days or when the results are out. So tell me, how
Yeah,
do you feel? You've seen the financials. How do you
yeah,
feel?
and honestly, probably there is someone. I'm saying probably there is someone. It's just that I'm not aware.
Yeah, it's just that maybe they report to someone in yeah to an individual within the executive, and if the individual does not like what they're hearing, they'll go send someone else to do another research, or they'll tell him, and your report took here and there.
Hey, there's no way of knowing. Yes.
How do you feel about the financials? You've seen the financials. Do you feel like obviously reflect transparency in how things are and how monies are spent? Were you aware of all the spendings that are there, or you just also saw some things that you hadn't seen before? You were like, oh, so there's 80,000 rand that was sent somewhere and we didn't know about it, or are you clear? Is everything clear for you? Everything ticked?
Uh, everything, not, no, I can say everything is clear in a sense. It's just that it's not very detailed. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
It's clear, but it's not very detailed. It's not very detailed.
Yeah, but isn't
So
that the
that's the only
presentation
thing.
before the
Other than
details?
that,
The presentation will be for the details,
yeah,
isn't that? Yeah.
no, no, that was what our treasurer said. Because I personally called him just to check. Yes, yes, the financials, but when you have your own inputs, shouldn't, like, in this point, elaborate and say 1, 2, 3. Do you understand? And
Mm.
he said that in his presentation he will then elaborate. But besides that, I'm okay.
Besides that, you know about all the monies that were spent. You knew about them being spent when they were spent. So everything is just as it's supposed to be in that sense.
Hmm, that's a tricky question. um, with this account
Mhm.
that is being reported on, yes.
Yes. Okay. That's the only account this executive board has worked with, though, right? Or is there another account the executive board has access to?
At first, we had another account. That's why I'm saying with this account, because we once had another account, and then this account was opened after.
You mean at first you had a Capitec account, right?
So it's only this account. Yes,
And now you have an F.
we
What
had a
bank is
Capitec
it?
account. Now we have a FNB.
Oh, so there is no
FNB.
reporting on the Capitec account.
Remember with the reporting, the reporting with the one that I saw. Oh, I'm using my phone. It was the FNB account. And there is this financial period that is being reported.
Mm.
So yeah, with the Capitec account, I think maybe remember this is the second time we're having the financial reports. We did have a financial report before. Yeah, there was
Okay.
one that was done
And it
before.
included.
We did. This is the second financial report.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, I understand.
Mm.
Again, back to the financials, and obviously, there's a video that has been circulated around. I also just got yeah, got access to it. I saw it a few days ago, of a meeting that was held, an executive board meeting, I believe, where the treasurer speaks of 5,000 euros that he received in cash from India. What can you tell us about that? Were you aware of that?
Eddie, for that one, can I not comment?
Mm.
When something that speaks to the livelihood of
Yeah.
one,
Yes.
I'm very scared. I don't like to play with the livelihood of other people because I don't like someone who plays with my livelihood.
Yes. Yes.
So
Oh,
that
so
one is a very sensitive matter, of which I don't want to be involved with. I'm not gonna make any comments on that one, please. Just that one. Yeah,
were you part of the meeting though when this was disclosed?
Eddie, as I've said, no comment on that matter.
Now, you know why I'm asking that?
That's
Because
the word I got.
I'm asking this because, again, it speaks to the part about the division that we were speaking of at the beginning of the meeting, of this obviously conversation, where we because in the beginning of this audio, I think I hear that obviously is supposedly the treasurer, if that's him in the video, in the audio, yeah, and obviously the video, saying, "Can we stop recording the meeting? Because I have something to say." Right? Yet this was recorded, and again, it was recorded within the executive, but then afterwards shared outside with the rest of the public, which may seem like an attack, a personal attack, or and again, it's making us aware of certain very sensitive things as the South African community, but it also speaks of this, the rot within or that split
Yeah.
within South Africa, right? Is it that bad, that division?
I did say to you that the divisions are bad because it becomes personal. I did
Mm.
mention that earlier. Um, it's it's very scary when it becomes personal.
Mm.
It's very scary because at one stage, one of our EXO members even reported to the National Council of the abuse that some of the members enjoy in the expo.
Mm.
And there were people who were appointed to investigate the matter. The matter was investigated, and a report was submitted to us as Expo. Uh, as I've said before, again, it came back to the culprits, and the matter was put to rest.
The matter was
And the
put to rest.
council requested the report to be, yeah, by certain individuals. That's what I'm saying. I cannot be the culprit and the referee.
Yes, of course. Mm.
So you cannot accuse me and expect me again to come and make a decision.
Yeah. But then
It's
again,
not
you
going to
see,
happen.
again, I'm thinking, you
And
see
the
how
council
personal.
wants and the
Mm.
council wants us to report,
Mm.
but they're not.
Did,
They're the ones who appointed the team. They're supposed to report back and tell them what their findings, of which it never happened up until today.
whoa. Now that makes me doubt the functionality of the structure. But then again, when you mention the things being personal, because I feel like it has been personal for a lot of people, and not only executive board, but even some players were affected. I think this executive board has some vindictiveness within them, because there were some players that were also kind of suspended as a result of speaking out or opposing. There were some people whose jobs, in fact, were called. I think some coaches whose jobs were called, were some schools where they coach, and were asked to drop this person and stop using them because Chess South Africa doesn't approve of them, and this person is speaking on behalf of Chess South Africa. So my point is that it's been personal, and there are some coaches that have lost coaching jobs and now they're struggling because of some of these members of this executive board, this executive Chess South Africa. So now again, it's being personal. They're being personal with one another. It's really sad though. It's really toxic. I think that's basically how we put it. We should put it. Mm.
No, that I will agree with you that it's been toxic from its inception. Let me put it that way. Because if you remember, Liesel Abjum,
Yes.
she resigned because she couldn't
Yes.
take it, the
It's
abuse.
abuse.
Because the abuse started that day. It's not something new, but it just get worse and worse each time.
Oh,
So yeah. But then one thing one will focus on. I'm not here for you and you and you.
mm.
I'm here for the kids. I'm here for the chess players.
Yes, of course.
So I'm not gonna allow you to push me out. Because
Mm.
sometimes they can be so personal in a sense where you want to quit.
Mm.
And then you just need to sit back and say, but at the end of the day, they never elected me.
Yes, you're not there for them.
If I'm going to quit,
Mm.
yes, if I'm going to quit, who's gonna be the eyes and ears for these people? Because
Yeah,
somebody
it's
needs to be a
personal.
voice of reason. If it,
Yes.
yes, even though most of the battles we don't win, but we do have those minor victories.
Yeah. That you
So
mm.
that's why we've been here this long. Otherwise, we would have also resigned long time ago.
I think the
Long time ago.
executive and even in the split, the people who were, well, I don't know, I don't even know who it is that you say are responsible for, that are responsible for either they've been abusive, they've been responsible for the split, they've been taking decisions without involving the council and the executive, other executive members. They've been counting on the silence of these other members, keeping it within the executive board. And if it continues that members don't get to speak up, well, the thing is, once you've fought within the boardroom for so long and you've realized it makes no difference, why would you want to continue using the same tactics? Don't you think it's time that you come out and you say, the public, people, my constituency, the people that have voted for me, I am fighting, I am trying within this structure. But then this structure
That
has never once voted for one thing that I've proposed. I have proposed for this, which is something that political parties do in GNUs and things like that. And as individuals that were elected by your communities, your provinces, I think you owe it to report back to them because we can't wait for 4 years and after 4 years you tell us I couldn't fulfill my
yeah.
promises because. Mm,
No, you've got a point there. You've got a point.
yes.
But not that nothing was tried. Well, with it, with the council,
Yes.
especially I know my colleague has been very vocal, more than anyone. Nicole has been very vocal, trying just to inform the council of what is happening. And then we'll pitch there and there, just to assess what they can see. Because remember, if it's just one voice speaking,
Mm,
they might ignore.
yes, of
But
course.
then if there are other voices, then yes. But unfortunately, for keeping my council members, um, they will be very silent, the majority of them. Only few will be vocal. And
Yes.
resulting where now they ended up, because the minute a person speaks out for you, they group that person with you. They
Oh.
become your friends, your
Also, it's
values.
personal. So it's not
Instead of
about players.
listening to their points,
Mm.
yes, instead of listening to their points, now or since you always side with this person, so you guys are friends.
Oh.
And other council members sometimes, yeah, they get to feel what we feel in the expo.
Mm.
Yeah, they get to experience it. But yeah, hey, others are very cool. They're able to rise above
Rise above the
That's the case.
situation. Yeah, but others have experiences. Now others
Yeah.
have been through this from the regional structures, provincial structures, and now they know it's not meant to be easy at the top. But then I wanna know. I'm very curious of something that happened. The Constitutional Commission of South Africa has been suspended. How did you come to that decision as an executive board to suspend the executive the Constitutional Commission?
Okay. I'll tell you from where I was aware of what was happening.
Mm.
Um, in our group, a communication was shared with the expo, and then a communication that was from the expo to the constitutional committee, and then there was an attachment also of the letter that was sent by the constitutional committee to was it to Western Cape? Yeah, to Western Cape. So there was that. When you're reading something in the group, okay, there's been a response of something you're not even aware of. Then you read, oh, this is what transpired. But already the response is there
Yes.
without even us sitting and engaging. Because when there's something happening, it's supposed to have a meeting, and then the letter shared. This is a letter, the communication that's been sent by constitutional committee to a province,
Mm-hmm.
whether without us knowing or whatever the case may be. How do we deal with this? What is our
Yes.
way forward? How should we act? Do you
Yes.
understand? But
Okay.
we were only informed after the action.
Wait,
So from there,
are you saying that you were only informed
a
of the
letter was already
suspension?
sent.
Sorry?
The letter was already sent
The letter of
when we knew
suspension.
what happened. The communication. No, 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 not the suspension. Before the suspension, remember, with the constitutional committee, they
Yes.
took a decision.
Yes.
Because Cape Wellington sent a letter to the constitutional committee
Yes.
of their grievances and everything. So the constitutional committee looked at everything with the evidence and they made their own decision
Yes.
and communicated the decision. So with us, we saw the communicated decision by the Constitutional Committee,
Mm.
and also a letter from away from us, from the Expo,
A letter from the Expo to the Constitutional
responding
Commission. Yes.
to the letter sent out. Yes. No,
Mm.
that was not a letter of suspension. It was letter of telling them that it's not their jurisdiction.
Yes.
So they don't have the power to do what they did and all the stuff. So it was a lesson. Actually, it was more like telling them that they cannot do. Their decision is null and void. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
But then, yeah, with the Constitutional Committee, they responded and they carried on they said they carried on with their mandate according to the constitutional a clause of which they did stipulate that
Yes.
that the constitutional clause that they following.
That they're given powers to
And
actually. Yeah.
unfortunately with us, as I'm telling you, we've never had a meeting. We are only being shared the communication. Constitutional committee is doing this. This is the response. Up until a point where in the group there was a proposal that the constitutional committee be suspended
Yes.
because now they acting on their own. They have candidates they have interest. And then after that proposal, there was a poll where we have to vote whether to suspend or not to suspend. There
Yes.
was never any meeting, no nothing. In that poll, people voted. As I've mentioned before,
Yes.
we are outnumbered. So due to that, they carried.
On
So they carried their decision to suspend the constitutional committee.
who
So
was
that's how it
responding?
happened.
Who was responding to the Constitutional Committee on their own?
Um, I wouldn't say on his own.
Who?
because I'm not sure.
But who was
Because
writing? Who was
remember,
signing?
we have men. No, remember we have Mencom as well.
Yes.
So, because you might find that that decision was taken in the Mencom. So I'm not sure. I want to say it's a certain individual, only to find out that they said in their Mencom and then they took the decision.
Who signed the
But
letter then?
the letter was signed. I was gonna go there. The
Okay.
letter was signed by our VP1 because he's the one who is assigned in the constitutional committee.
Okay. All right. And
Mm.
I think he's the same person that signed the letter suspending the constitutional commission as well. Yes. Now, okay, in your according to your own understanding, was the constitutional commission out of line now in directing their communication to Western Cape Chess Association regarding the postponement of their elections?
No, they were not out of order, but there is one thing that also they did not do.
Yes.
As much as they're communicating to the Western Cape as the expo, we were supposed to have been informed. Unless we were informed, it's just that one is not aware. So we were supposed to be informed. This is what happened, and this is the decision we've
The decision
taken
we've
as a
taken.
constitutional committee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember, at the end of the day, we're the executive board, so we need to know what's happening. We don't suspend the province, or I mean, take a decision regarding a province we day. We're not even aware what's happening. So, as the
Mm.
exco is supposed to know. But at the same time, their decision was correct,
Their decision was
according to me.
correct, but the communication of it. So now, is it fair
According
now
to
to
me.
now nullify all of what they did and all the decisions that they made and push the elections for to continue?
That's the problem we are faced with. One has been in so many elections. This is the first time where I've been in a process of elections where people will play dirty. They don't mind the mud.
Mm.
This thing, people are accusing one another. One will say you take a decision because you are a candidate.
Yes.
Yet their decisions, when you look at it, it's also because they are candidates. People are now trying to do things that will make them be elected in the next elections. I remember there was this also one issue because I think that's where I noticed the trend in my case. There's Vincent who was suspended. Do you understand?
Yes.
Suspended according to the suspension by the exco.
Yes.
Yes, we never even knew that there's a leader who has been laid charges. There was investigation conducted, and there were findings, and he was suspended. Yes, the decision was taken. It was communicated to the whole province. Do you understand? And we find out later. And when we inquired, how did this happen? Because we never had a meeting, and we never deployed anyone to go and represent us and investigate any matter. And it was said, no,
Mm.
this person was done, they did the investigation in their own capacity, not as an expo member. But the question is, if that was the case, then why is the letter under our letterhead? Why are we there as people who took the decision? And it was said, no, don't worry. We just take out the logos and everything and rectify that. And ours to say no, but remember this communication has already been communicated in all the districts. So if that is the case, let's write a formal letter informing the province and the districts that the decision that was taken is null and void because we never deployed anyone to go and represent us, to do an investigation and all these findings. And remember, when all this started, it was towards the election. Then you see the person that is being supported now is vocal, defending even the minor things,
The
as
person
long
that
as
only
it
played
touches those certain
when you.
people.
Wait, I'm curious. Is the Vincent you're talking about the one from the Northern Cape?
Yes.
Is it
So do you
Motolo's
understand? Then you
Vincent?
tend to realize, no,
Sorry?
that
You just came to realize what?
I couldn't get you.
No, I was asking first if it was Vincent Moto.
No, I say the network wasn't good. You said
Sorry?
something.
Oh yeah, no, and then
Yeah, it's that Vincent. That Vincent.
sorry,
I'm saying it's that Vincent.
I
It's
think
that
you're
Vincent from Cape, yeah.
Vincent from the
Uh,
Northern Cape,
but
and he was replaced by someone
yeah.
who is now a yes man.
No. He wasn't replaced. He
Oh,
wasn't.
he wasn't. Eh.
But you remember when I have an issue with you, really,
Mm.
and I'm having an issue with you, then no, I'm just making a friend of mine said, no, I can assist you get rid of Eddie. In return, I give support. Do you
Yes.
understand?
Yeah.
So that's how you realize one has been silent for a very long time. All of a sudden, this person is defending. This person is doing this. Like, oh no. And this is what happened before this. Then you realize, no, there's something going on. Then you see things, people are being suspended. The minute you oppose, you get suspended.
Yeah, because there is a lot of suspensions going around here.
Do you
Where's
understand?
the secretary? Is the
So,
secretary okay? Has there any letter been issued by South Africa that was signed by the secretary, or is the secretary even involved in any of this decisions making, or does the secretary even sign out anything?
the all communications goes via secretary. Even if other people can be CC'd, but the secretary is being the communication is being sent through her.
Yeah. Okay, because I haven't heard any mention of her of yeah. Because again, if all communications go through the secretary, and the secretary is aware that the proper consultation were not done with the entire executive board, then the secretary must also be in that little group that takes decisions on their own. I mean, that's kind of how it sounds. Because I mean, I would think that maybe the secretary is also excluded, and that's why it's signed by the president. That's why it's signed by the vice president. One. That's why it's signed by the other people. But then, if the secretary is
Uh,
also involved and sees these things, then the secretary is also part of those deciding.
Maybe she may not be part of the decision making, but she's aware of everything that is happening.
She's aware, and
She may not be part of the decision making, but she's aware of everything.
Hmm. Oh no, I'm thinking again. We get reminded of the previous regime. Some might think I'm talking pre-94, but I'm actually talking pre-Andre, and now pre-Andre and Andre kind of seem the same now with the number of suspensions. Seems like there's similarities in tactics being used again. Not to say, but it's just that the suspensions we were out. There was a huge outcry when there were a lot of people getting suspended. It's like who suspends without investigations? And now we see the same things are happening,
Hmm.
and the same people. It's funny because most
Hey,
people are now who were vocal then are probably now on the side of these suspensions as well because now they've got the power. I don't know. It becomes different. It is different. Uh, Once you get the taste of the power and you see what's on the other side, you realize that no,
yeah.
our, our,
I think that goes with that goes the person as well. But yes, some you will find people whom power changes them.
this corrupting nature of power, they say.
What they saw was wrong. Now it's okay. It's very corrupting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know if you're aware.
So
Firstly, I want to check from
that's the situation we're in.
sorry from your understanding, can can regions or even provinces hold elections or AGM elective AGMs online?
I know provinces have, because my province, we held our elective GM9 in our own province.
Mm.
So it has happened. With districts, I haven't had any of the district that has done that. Yeah, but I don't see any issues as. But the problem is what I don't like with the online one. Remember, people can be influenced.
Yes.
I can be seated here, then have someone who's all whom you cannot even see, who's monitoring me, who's overseeing what I'm doing, ensuring that I do even something that I believe is not right.
Oh.
Whereas when you do it
Sorry. Uh,
we
my
are all
connection is.
there. You can see, you do anything ordinary. You don't have someone influencing you.
I think
You
my
do
connection.
so and you
Yes, I
decide
think
what you wanna,
it is
whatever
my
the case
connection.
is at
Yes.
the particular time.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I was saying with the online one. Remember, you can be easily influenced,
Yes.
and you
Of
can
course.
even be caught into doing something that you don't want to.
On the side, you can be texted. You can
Because
be.
when you're
Yes.
there in person, only, oh yeah, only the delegates that are there,
Yeah.
and we are all seated. Everyone can see you
Mm.
when you make a voting. Everyone can see. The only time that you, because you are allowed to have engagement with one another. You know
Yeah.
those last minute engagement where you try to convince someone to change their stance. But it's only when you're having your lunches, your tea time. But when you're in the meeting, then you need to focus on the meeting. You need to do what you came there to do. But with the online one,
Let's do that argument.
we can have someone right there, yes, overseeing you, checking whether you're doing what they told you to do. You see? Because right now you are facing me. Can you see someone behind my phone? You cannot.
That there might be
That's
someone
the
coaching
problem.
you on the side. There's someone. Yes. There's. Yeah. I see.
Mm,
Yeah. Which is the same thing with online games, online tournaments, online chess games, right? So,
yes,
so the same possible
exactly.
cheating on online games can happen with online meetings and online
Mm,
elective, especially
yes.
AGMs. Now, were you part of the decision now? Because what led to? Because I hear that the elective AGM on the 21st it's going to be a hybrid. What led to that decision by the executive board to say we're going to have a hybrid um, election?
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem with that one was that remember you need funding
Yes.
to be able to transport the delegates to the venue, accommodation, food, and everything.
Yeah.
So we had an issue with the money. The SARS-CoV said they don't have money to assist. So now it was a matter of provinces transporting themselves and paying for their own accommodation. So that was the problem. So that's why I said no. It was decided that let's have the meeting as hybrid. So if any province can come, if the province can come to the meeting, it's okay. But if they cannot, then we can have it online. Because not everyone can afford to come to Joburg for the
But
election. So
is it
those who can,
whose responsibility is it? Is it the province's responsibility to send the members of council to the meeting, or is it the Chess South Africa's responsibility to have them come to the meeting? Whose responsibility is it really? So again, we need to know who must account, who's to blame. Mm.
um, it's not documented anywhere, but it has been just to say who has been doing that through SASCOC though. It was
Yes.
SASCOC who was funding
Okay.
who was funding just to say
For such meetings, is
for the
SASCOC
whole
not able?
event.
Is Chess South Africa
Yes.
not in good
So
standing with SASCOC? Is there challenges there with the relationship with SASCOC?
No, no, we are in good standing.
Then how come?
I think maybe remember I think maybe they also waiting for monies to be paid into their account. I don't know, but right now they are also in financial constraint, which is why they are not able to assist.
But in that case, then why isn't that
That's
ground?
what our president reported to us.
Isn't that enough grounds for postponement of the of the elections then? To have it at a time where it's possible, financially possible, possible for everyone to convene in the same area physically and have a proper elective
Mm.
AGM. Is it not? Is it not proper grounds?
It is because according to our it is grounds because according to our constitution, it hasn't been amended to allow a hybrid elective AGM.
The South African Constitution.
So you need to be, yeah, yeah, yes, the SA constitution. You have to
So,
be there in person.
so it doesn't allow for a hybrid, yet there are plans to hold one. What then will happen? No, honestly, what then will
Yes,
happen
due to
if?
the
Can you imagine now something like this happens? Few members believe that it's going to be a hybrid, and they say, "Ah, I'm going to stay home, save money from my province," and then boom, on the day of the elections, five members are there in person, and there are five, obviously, five province members are there in person, and there are four, all five others. I don't know if there's a fifth member. Yes, there is a fifth member, which is the 10th, in fact, which is school chairs, right? Which is also voting.
yeah.
Are not there. They're thinking they're going to hold it hybridly. Now imagine the five that are there as the person who is I don't know. This is me now trying to imagine corrupt individuals or people who are slick, smart, who know how to use situations in their own advantage. Someone is there and they realize all people who are there in person actually are in support of my being elected, they are in support of me, for instance. And all the five that are outside there, or majority who are here, are in support of me being elected, and all the five that are there are against me. So if the other five can vote, I am definitely screwed. And then the person chooses to raise that point in the meeting and say, it is not, the constitution does not allow for hybrid elections, and the members that are there that are in present physically do meet 50% plus one, and we can continue to vote without these other ones. So they decide to exclude the votes of the other people. Is there anything in place to I don't know, to sort of protect against something like that
Um,
happening?
no, but the thing is, Eddie, this thing of having our AGM as hybrid,
Hmm.
it was communicated to the council members.
Yes.
And I don't recall, um, I don't recall because there's lately I was also too occupied with my own work.
Yes.
But I don't recall seeing any province
Objection.
that was against the hybrid meeting. But I do remember there were provinces, I think there were three, who were requesting a meeting just to iron out everything before the AGM. Probably maybe this point they wanted a meeting because they wanted a meeting just to iron out because they said there's been so many things that needs to ironing out before the AGM,
Yes.
of which the meeting never materialized. So probably maybe they were gonna raise it in that meeting that they requested, because they had few points that they needed to iron out. Maybe this one was one of those points. So I'm not sure. But yeah, they did request a meeting to iron out things. So probably maybe this was one of them. Yeah, I think maybe the secretary, when she's doing her own runoff, will then explain what is the issue. Because it was said that those who would be who will come in person just to indicate, and those who will be online, will be
Must
online. But
indicate.
those who will come in person just to indicate.
So are there people who are
Yes.
going to be online?
So I'm not sure. That's the thing. We'll only know when and when our secretary is giving us report. Because today is the last day for the slips, for the delegate slips. So I think that we'll have the reports then tomorrow. We'll only know then who are coming in person, who are gonna be online, if there will be people online. Yeah.
How the provinces, are there any provinces that are not eligible to vote, or are all provinces voting? All provinces are in good standing and can vote.
The last time I checked, we had provinces that were not in good pending that were to submit, and that's it undergo. So yeah. So as we said now, I think when you're having the meeting, that's when everything will be ironed out. Because but there were provinces that were not in good standing in our last meeting, pending the document that they
They
needed to
need to
submit.
submit to Chair South Africa. Oh, how many provinces are those
Yes.
out of the nine
Others
provinces?
remember they were due for uh, uh, if my memory serves me correctly, there were three. There
Three,
were three
three,
provinces.
three provinces were not in good standing.
Yeah. Yeah, there were three. There were
So
three.
is there one individual responsible for rectifying their good standing order, or is it just an individual? How does it go now? Do you all receive the submissions by the provinces and then you take them they are in good standing, or is it one person that can possibly sit with delay these decisions if it's provinces that are anti?
Yeah, no, we did have a meeting as the expo where we looked at the provinces because at first there was a we did have a first meeting where we were given the rundown.
Yeah.
Then we requested a meeting where we can even look at the documents, even though we did not get to see all the documents. Because even the provinces, the documents were shared to them as well. It's only the finances that was not shared. But the rest of other documents were shared with all other provinces, just I mean, with provinces to check the good standing, whether they are in good standing or not. Yeah,
Mm. So now what's
we
this
did have
idea about
access.
the
We did have
meetings
access.
having to be no cell phones type of secret? Um, is is it going to be locked? What is the situation in preparation? Is everything as per normal as how AGMs are held, or are there anything surprising that you found? Yeah.
Uh, that stemmed from what from my understanding. You know that video they're talking about, that viral video. Yeah, because they felt or whoever felt that having cell phones,
Hmm.
people then while we're still in a meeting will share information. Yeah,
Okay.
which some of the people raise the question, but then the election is for chess, it's for us, chess players in South Africa.
Hmm.
So there is nothing wrong with us knowing what is happening. You
Yes.
understand?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's another issue. Because at the end of the day, the elections, these people that are being elected are the people who will be representing them.
Yes, of course. Yeah, and when
So
they
there is
speak there,
nothing
they
wrong
speak for
even
the
with
people
sharing
outside.
that.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Whew. So again, I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about the upcoming elections for yourself?
Hey, at this point, it's not promising. Let me put it that way.
If
In a sense,
re-elected,
as I've said, yeah, as I've said, people have played so dirty. We're not the same.
yeah.
I hate maths. So if you're gonna pull me down there, I'm not gonna go there. You go there by yourself. And even now, so many people have been affected by these elections. And it's touched, as you've said before, what happened prior, where it touches their work. Because other people, they make living
In chess, yes.
through coaching.
Mm.
You understand?
Yes.
They make living through chess. So now, when you are going to impact what they're doing, and also bear in mind, also, as much as we are leading chess, some of us, me, for example, I'm volunteering. I don't get paid. I'm doing my
Yes.
own work to make a living.
Yes.
So now, if you will affect my work, where my children and my family are gonna suffer, it's another story.
It
That's
becomes
how these
personal.
elections have been.
Yeah.
Yes, it's too toxic, too toxic. And I feel for those people who were negatively affected, whose lives is in haywire as we speak.
Who else? Who else has been affected
So
so far?
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
we are aware of the one through the other video, but who else, in your opinion, has also been affected personally through their livelihood? Because maybe we're not aware.
Um, it other may not be like livelihood per se, as the children that they're nurturing,
Yes.
the children that are dependent on them when it comes to chess wise. Because there are
Yes.
people who are always there for you when it comes to chess. When I speak to, when I need something, this person is always there.
Yeah.
So now, if you're suspending that person, taking that person away, what do you expect these kids are gonna do? What happens to
Yes.
those children?
That this person looks after.
And when you're destroying a functional structure for your own ambition,
Mm.
do you think of these players that are being led by those people?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So right now, people don't care if you're in their way; they just knock you off. As for the rest, you know, then that begs the question: what are we there for? Aren't we there to lead these very same people? That's because remember, it's not just about the leaders; it's about the children as well. Those chess
Yes.
players
Mm-hmm.
that look up to these people. So we are destroying our chess world because of our own ambition.
That's basically true. That's actually definitely what is happening in many instances. People come into provinces, destroy a
Hmm.
structure, remove leadership, and install their own leaders that they feel will vote for them, and then they leave. They come into provinces,
Yeah,
corrupt everyone, influence everyone else. As long as they don't even care about whether those people that they are putting in the positions of power are functional, whether they're gonna bring about development. They
exactly.
just care about whether they're gonna get their vote or not. That's the sad thing. That's how
Hey.
they kill chess in our provinces. Do you think chess South Africa itself is functional as a structure?
It's semi-functional.
Semi-functional.
You know why I'm saying it's semi-functional?
Hey.
Because there are achievements that have been made, but at the same time we've done so many wrongs.
Yeah, of course.
We've done so many wrongs as leaders.
Mm.
So we need to admit our wrongs that we've done, um, and also not deny what has been done as also, because there are
Mm.
good things that has been done, same as the wrongs as well.
Yeah, there are some rights, but it's sad when the leadership comes and forces people to focus only on the rights, which is the normal function. Nobody cares about normal. Sees because the right things are what the structure is supposed to do, and we're not supposed to talk about it. I mean, when the body
Yeah,
is all good and well, we even sometimes forget about other parts until they start paining. Then you remember, oh
yeah,
snap, this exactly. They say again, good leaders, the people who are playing perfectly playing their roles. You even forget they're there sometimes, but you always remember whenever you need them. You remember that. Oh, it's not. But then when things start going wrong, then everybody should
mm,
start speaking up. But then this leadership seems to take it personal and ask people to stop talking about the bad. Are you forgetting that we also did that good? And it's like it's everyone within the executive structure. Like you don't clap hands for us when we do good, but when we do bad, you are the first to speak. Like do we always have to focus on the? Because you're meant to do 100 good things a day, and if you focus on all 100,
Yeah, but the reality is,
mm,
you know, even when growing up, we know with the white cloth where it's sparkling white,
yeah,
but one black dot. When a person comes, the only thing they notice is that black dot.
exactly, yes.
They forget the white. So it's something that we need to acknowledge and accept. That people will always be like that. They will only notice the wrong. When you're doing right, as you've said,
Mm.
they will notice the right.
And of course, if your aim is to do right, you're grateful when somebody shows you of the wrong of something that you're doing that is wrong. That is what you're not supposed to be doing. Unlike getting pissed as if the plan is to focus on the wrong and continue doing the wrong. Sorry. Hi. Hello.
Are you back?
Sorry. Are you back on?
No,
Yeah, I'm
are you
fine.
back? Yeah, and I can hear you.
Okay. Yes. So yeah, we were actually we were speaking of the wrongs of Chess South Africa and this semi-functional structure that we have of Chess South Africa. But again, I just wanted to just maybe one last part. How do you feel about the candidates? Do you feel like we need a regime change as Chess South Africa, or do you feel like we are okay with the structure that we have? What are your thoughts on that?
Most definitely, we need a regime change.
We need a
Because
regime change.
personally, I'm not gonna lie, with this very structure that one was in,
Yes.
I was waiting for this very Saturday that we're coming to,
Mm.
just to go for elections. So we do need a regime change.
Of
If
course.
you want to see South Africa grow, we need a regime change.
Yeah, we need change is good. Change is good for you, even as a
Mm,
person. Yes. So yeah, if you want change, then
yes.
go there. Go be there in person. Don't try this virtual thing, cause hey, you might be surprised. Next thing they say, the votes that are casted virtually do not count as per FIDE clause, so and so, or as per SASCOG
No,
rules, so and so.
no,
You. Mm,
not just that. I'm not saying that our electoral officer uh, is corrupt. Do you understand? But the reality is technology.
mm,
You can always change the results. We've
yeah.
had it even in our own elections. Find that a certain election won't accurate. So yeah, that's another thing. So with technology, I can always say, oh, you said I'm just taking an example. You said Nolwandle, but then it moves to Nicole. The vote moves to Nicole.
Mm,
Then what happens?
yeah.
Listen, you said the paper where I've written, you know. So rather, for me, I will say in person is the best way for election.
In person is the best way.
Unfortunately, our circumstances doesn't allow us.
Yeah, provinces must make the effort.
Yeah.
But then again, people are not even mandated by their provinces. In some other instances, they are just going there without consulting their provinces, and now they have to use their provinces' money to go and vote. This is what makes things difficult now. Aish, chess and its politics.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Nolwandle Khumalo, I know I've taken
No,
too much of your time. Yes.
no,
Sorry.
I was saying if only we could go back to follow processes correctly, where districts are classified when those nominations are being sent out, this is the list of people and these are the positions. We go to it starts with the district. The districts call all their clubs, and then they do their own, nominations for us. We say this person as the president, that as the VP1, and all the stuff, and then they finish up their own nominations, and then we go to a provincial meeting with the district having the mandate from the clubs. Then they do their own submission. Then it's a matter of voting from there. Then the province goes with the mandates of the province, because it's going to be a province as a whole. Remember, all these districts are coming from their own clubs who mandated them. So now it's a matter of votes when it comes to the province. The province goes there with the mandates from the province. But
Exactly.
unfortunately, I think that was lost a long time ago. There's no how things are done anymore.
And that's why it makes it seem as if people are trying to fix to secure their positions, because the people that were in power were the ones who were supposed to ensure that things are done accordingly from the grassroots, from the clubs, in fact, all the way up to provinces getting the
Yeah.
mandate from their constituents and then going to vote. But then it's not easy to manipulate the system if it works correctly. Now, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
but you can still remember, if I'm a delegate, if you give me enough cash, hey, I can always change the vote. I'm kidding.
Yeah, at the end
But
of the
in
day,
reality, that's what happens.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. That's
yeah,
the reality.
that's the reality. No, let's close it there. I mean, if we, yeah, maybe after the elections again, if there are things to be shared, we could have another chat. But thank you so much for your time and all the best with the elections.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity.
It's
Thanks.
all a pleasure.
Bye.
Bye bye.